guys, welcome to Living Tomorrow Today. My name is Julio and welcome to episode 2 of Going Northeast. So today we're in the Thousands Trail Park, which is called Natchez Trace. And the closest city to here is Hohenwald, I think I pronounced that right, in Tennessee. And we're here for a couple of nights. Now, if you guys remember, in my first video to Going Northeast, I said that we might make a lot of mistakes. And if you've never been there, well, then you can probably learn from our mistakes because I have a feeling we're gonna make quite a few of them. And let me tell you, we made some mistakes yesterday coming here. This video, guys, this video might be long. I have a lot to tell you, a lot to share with you. And let me start by showing you a couple of things that we did in Hot Springs before we left, and then we'll get into the video. For those of you that are fans of former President Bill Clinton, there you go. I didn't know he was from Hot Springs. Somebody's over here singing some George Michael, and I have to record it. It's karaoke.
No drugs have been involved in any of this.
So you were singing George Michael, which was awesome. That's why I heard it from over there, and I was like, I gotta go over here and see who's singing.
I'm living.
Living Tomorrow Today, yeah. And I'll put a little clip on it there. So. What's your name?
Lacey.
Okay, thank you, Lacey. Bye.
Hey, what's the YouTube channel? We have to go to it.
Living Tomorrow Today.
Living Tomorrow Today. Got it. Thank you, buddy.
Okay, so let me start with talking to you about the route we took here. We took, basically it was just the Google route from Hot Springs, Arkansas to Hohenwald, Tennessee. Now, there's a lot of lessons just in saying that. So first of all, don't just Google any destination and follow it in your RV. That is a big mistake. And we learned it in a big way yesterday, okay? But I'll get into that in just a minute. You do want to use Google, but you can't trust it completely. What I would suggest is that you also use another app, like I like to use RV Parky, and put your destination in that way and see what route it suggests that you take. If you like that route, I would make your Google route match with what RV Parky says. So some of the stuff I want to talk to you about today is going to be I-40, which is the biggest stretch that we took to get here. I'm going to talk about some things to avoid. Then I'll talk to you a little bit about Natchez Trace itself, and then maybe the internet situation going on here. The route here is very good. Most of it's almost all highway, so there's plenty of places to stop. We like to stop at places like Love's or TA's or even rest stops because it's really easy to pull into those places with the RV. Now, most of our stops are really just restroom breaks. Because I have my auxiliary tank in the back of the truck, I so far have not had to stop for fuel. Tennessee is beautiful. I really enjoyed the drive once we especially got into Tennessee. I mean, just green and trees and the hills. I mean, it was a really nice drive. Some things that you want to avoid, and if you've been RVing for a while, you're probably gonna listen to this and say, yes, those are absolutely things to avoid. So these are the mistakes that we made and that you don't want to do, okay? Do not have a really long driving day. The drive from Hot Springs to here was 6 hours. It took us a total of 9 hours to get here, nine and a half hours, because of some of the issues that we had. Also, do not get to your RV park when they've closed. Do not get to your RV park in the dark, and don't try and set up your RV site in the dark as well. All things that happened to us. It was very scary. And I'll show you why in just a second when I show you what this park is like. All right, guys, so let's talk about the route. The route is pretty basic for the most part. one mistake that I made, when I set my directions on Google Maps, I would stop it so that I could see how far the next rest stop was, or how far the next gas station was that we were going to stop at. So I would stop Google so I could set it to that direction, and then I would restart it. And Google was rerouting itself without me noticing, because we were somewhere over here and things changed over here that I didn't realize. Because 412 right here is the direction that RV Parky told me to go, but and Google may have as well, but for whatever reason at one point it rerouted to this top part, which was okay until it told me to exit right here. This is where things went bad. If you see a road that you're going to turn off of and you look at it and you say to yourself, that doesn't look like an RV should go there, don't go there. Stop, pull over, and look at the map and see if there's a route, even if it's further and more out of your way. Just see if it looks better for the RV. That is what I wish I would have done here. I don't know if the circle, I have to look at it, I don't know if that means it's a county road or whatever, but this road was beautiful and horrifying. It was a very narrow 2-lane, very windy road with drop-offs, and at one point there was a drop-off on one side and like rock was sticking out. Not kidding, the speed limit on this thing was 20 miles an hour. I was going about 5, and I was just freaking out the entire time. And then somewhere, I think right here, in fact this section right here was very, very steep, and it was like no way we were going to do that with the RV. What we ended up doing was looping back around, and we got back on 50, and when we got out, I think right here, we stopped and looked at the map, and I figured out that what I should have done was this right here, and gone up to the city of Centerville and taken Highway 100. Now the rest of the way was very nice. There's a lot of sharp hills, so just kind of be aware of that, but it's totally doable from there. The other thing you have to be careful about is right here. If you see this right here, Napier Road and Natchez Trace, and you see this loop, if Google is telling you to do that and your RV is taller than 11 feet, do not do that. This is a low bridge right here. This turnaround on Napier Lake Road, if you are not going to make it. Let me see if I can show you the satellite what it looks like. So when you exit, it's going to have you go underneath Natchez Trace Parkway, and this is 11 feet. As you can see, there is a cutoff that has been made over to the side. It's doable, I think. I think our RV could have done it, but you know, do it at your own risk. They say that this gives you 13 feet of clearance. However, you can completely avoid the area, and I'll show you how to do it in just a second. But yeah, don't take that right there. So what you can do to avoid that is, instead of, when you're on 20, instead of taking this exit right here onto Natchez Trace Parkway, what you want to do is keep going on 20 until you get to Andrews Circle, and then you're going to see that Napier Road is right here. That's going to take you for about 6 miles all the way down, and just drop you off right in front of the RV park. So you can see that it connects right here, and boom, you'll make it to Natchez Trace RV Park, no issue. However, this road also is very hilly, and there is a section somewhere, I don't remember where it is, there's a section that it's very low, and there is a flood warning because it's level with the creek, so if it rains hard, that part of the road could be covered in water. So if you are showing up when it's very rainy, be careful, call ahead and make sure that it is open. The office is open until 8 p.m. so you know, as it's getting close, make sure you call ahead and just find out if there's any issues going on. We got here to the park and it was pitch black. This park, however, during the daytime is absolutely beautiful. It is huge. It's just really spread out, but there are also some things you need to be aware of. Some of the hills here are crazy. As you can see, some of the grades that the truck was showing was like up to 9 degrees. We spoke to one of the rangers and he said that there's people that can't even get up the hills with their RVs. So make sure that if you are hauling your RV that you have enough power to do it, that you're already not struggling in general, and you should be good. But just be aware that some of the hills, just to get to the different RV spots, are very, very hilly. We got lucky. So when we got here, we were driving around, we didn't know where to go, and one of the rangers that patrols at night found us and was super cool, and he brought us right here to this spot. We told him we were looking for a full hookup, 50 amp, hopefully a pull-through spot, and he knew exactly where to bring us, and it was right here, right in front of the lake, and we couldn't have asked for a better spot. We're right next to the swimming pool and all the main stuff. Okay, so let me talk to you about the park. This park is beautiful. Man, I love this park. It is really huge, and they have all the amenities that you would want. They have a swimming pool, tennis courts. The tennis courts, I wouldn't use them. They're pretty crappy. They have putt-putt. They have a really big dog park, fenced-in dog park. They have a place where you can play baseball. This lake right here, as you can see, you can go swimming right in front of us. There's a sanded beach area, and you can rent boats. I think they said that the pontoons were $100 for the day, and I mean, it's just quiet and peaceful. I mean, really nice. Okay, so let's talk about arriving at night to your RV park. Is that something you recommend?
I would have to say no. So the whole time, I mean, ever since we started, we're like, oh, let's never arrive anywhere at night. But I think if you start traveling, it's inevitable. Something's gonna happen where you get pushed back later, and it ends up being nighttime. I don't think I have any really good tips. Yeah, it's scary. I think we lucked out yesterday. So when we arrived at this park, it was pitch black. We didn't even know that this lake was here, and the road's like right in front of us. I think what we should have done, so the drive was a 6-hour drive. It took us, I think, 9 hours to get here. Yeah. We should have stopped when we saw, hey, that the sun was going down. We should have stopped and just paid $30 or something to just stay at an RV park overnight and come here in the morning. That is what we will do from now on. So if you are running late, unless you know the RV park already, I would not show up in the dark, and I won't do it anymore. Especially this RV park. I can't believe how hilly it was here, and you know, everywhere you look, there's little streams going everywhere. We lucked out that somebody saw us and took pity on us.
Yeah, and they were super nice, and they drove us to a spot. Unfortunately, that spot was 30 amp only, and we don't have a dog bone to go from 50 to 30 amp, which we need to buy also. And then we kept driving around, and then
we discussed staying there.
Yeah, right? We talked about staying there
because by that time it was already after 9 o'clock.
Yeah, and we were tired.
Since it is in the forest, it was darker. And we discussed staying there, but then you were concerned that there wouldn't even be enough battery power to open the slides. And with our rig, we have to have our slides open in order to get to our rooms, or we could have sat in the truck and slept there, but we couldn't open the slides. And so we were like, well, let's just do without electricity. And I mean, we had said when they showed us the spot that we would at least just stay there for the night, but then like he said, we found out it was 30 amp, so then we were like, ugh.
Yeah, so we kept driving, and that's when we discovered the super sharp hills that exist around this park.
I don't know if we just didn't do research well enough on this park, or they don't say, but like, this is kind of a scary RV park. I mean, truthfully, I mean, there are some huge hills. Yeah. The roads are really, really narrow. They're not wide enough for two. There's a lot of spots where it's not wide enough for two people, especially if, you know, someone's coming or going. And we were just in the pitch black, can't see where we're going, just like, okay, let's just go, let's just do it. And I mean, some of the hills were huge.
That's what the ranger says. He's like, yeah, y'all are braver than me. Like, I wouldn't show up here at night. And I was like, yeah, I don't think we're braver. I think we're just dumb.
Yeah, we didn't have a choice. We didn't know what we were getting ourselves into. And because the roads are so narrow, like, once you start going that way, you have to keep going until you can find somewhere to turn around.
Yeah, and actually, while we're standing here, I thought of another. The reason I knew about that low bridge was because we got on YouTube, and we just looked up the park. We just looked up Natchez Trace, and somebody that was already here mentioned that low bridge, and that's when I started doing research on how to get here. I ended up just calling the park, and they told me how to get here. So that's what we'll do probably from now on. Also, is just look up the park. Look up directions, call them and say, hey, is there anything you know about as far as like low bridges or anything like that, and just find out. So hopefully this video will help you out if you are headed there. There is no cell service here. Where we are right now, there's no cell service. I don't know if you can see that or not. It says no service. Sometimes I'll pick up a bar, but yeah, for the most part, I wouldn't count on much cell service out here.
And when you're in a hurry and it's getting dark, like, those minutes count. Yeah, man.
Download your maps. Download your maps onto your phone. That way you have them. So as far as internet service, and I already said cell service. Internet, actually, we get some. I have my WeBoost antenna up, and that is actually helping quite a bit. We still can watch Netflix. It takes a few minutes to load up, but initial load, yeah, but we are able to watch it. So it's actually working out pretty good. I'm glad that we got the antenna up right now. Yeah, so if you're concerned about internet, it will be spotty out here along with your cell service, but you can get it if you have some sort of a booster. So just kind of keep that in mind. All right, so that's gonna do it for this video. We have a few more nights here, and then we're gonna make our way to Virginia. First time for us there, so look forward to that. We'll show you the route. It's going to be a 10-hour drive that we're going to split into 2 days. Oof. Actually, 9-hour drive, I think. 9-hour drive. Still split into 2 days. If you are new to the channel, always remember that we would love for you to subscribe. If this video helped you out in any way, please give us a thumbs up. Any suggestions you have for us, or something you want to see, you know where to leave it, down there below. Yeah, make sure you hit the notification bell so you can follow us as we make our way up to Maine, and as soon as we get a new video out. All right, guys, that's going to do it. We will see you at the next one. Bye-bye.
Bye.